that spanned many different responsibilities and ministries in the civil service. And I'd like now to invite Lawrence to say something about himself.
Thank you, DPM. Good afternoon. My name is Lawrence Wong. I'm 39 this year, and it's very good to be here to introduce myself. Let me start by saying a few words in Mandarin. 我的父亲是从海南岛早期移民在新加坡长大后来当了销售经理。我的母亲是新加坡的甘榜长大的，她很幸运她是家里少数有机会去学校读书的孩子。后来经过自己的努力当了小学教师。他们俩结婚后买了一间政府租屋，建立家庭。我的童年就在马林百列度过的。父母对我和我的哥哥的要求很严格，尤其是我的妈妈，她是一个挺凶的人。我记得曾经在她的班上过课，起初还以为可以得到优待，没想到有一天我没有把功课做得好，她竟然在全班学校面前处罚我。从此我就领悟到，要成功就要勤奋，要有责任感，做事要尽善尽美。在父母的教导下，我在学校表现不错，有机会得到政府奖学金，去了美国学习。从那时候起，我就立志要回馈社会，现在决定参政报效国家。I have been a civil servant for the last, and also to introduce more competition so that patients would have a wider range of options to choose from. The whole reform exercise was quite a complicated one. So my team and I went from constituency to constituency, explaining to residents what the changes was about. It was quite hard work. We had a small team, and we had to cover the whole of Singapore. We worked closely with the grassroots organizations, and they helped us organize many briefing sessions. And we had presentations and Q&As. Some of these sessions went on for quite some time because it was not just the formal session itself, but even after the session, we had groups of people coming either by themselves or in small groups, approaching us, asking us for assistance or for advice on what they should do, what insurance plans they should purchase. What kept us going throughout that period was the desire to be able to reach out to as many residents as possible and make sure that they all got proper medical coverage for themselves. And I think at the end of the day, it was a very rewarding experience for myself, for my team, because we could see that the changes made a tangible difference, helped many of these residents, and gave them peace of mind about their medical expenses. Another highlight during my time in the civil service was working on the National Day Rally. For the National Day Rally 1 year, we featured the profiles of several Singaporeans and how they were living out the Singapore story. For purposes of the speech and because of the time constraints, we could only highlight a few stories. But during the course of the preparation, I had in fact talked to a much larger group of people, Singaporeans young and old, across a wide segment of society representing different occupations. Some of them had very dramatic stories of change and improvement in their lives. Others were not so dramatic, but they were still stories that resonated with hope and opportunity, because there were many people who had upgraded their skills and worked their way up the career paths in their companies. And there were also people who had made career switches, taken on jobs with brighter prospects. And the younger people in general, across the board, they had far more opportunities than their parents ever did, and they were pursuing their aspirations in diverse fields, whether in the arts, in business, IT, and the sports, both in Singapore and abroad. These are inspiring stories, but as I reflect on them, I also realize that there are segments of society, there are Singaporeans who may be in more difficult circumstances and who may, for whatever reason, have fallen through the cracks. I would like to do whatever I can to help these Singaporeans. I would like to be able to ensure that Singapore's success is shared by everyone. And I would like to contribute at the constituency level to solve individual problems on the ground, at the broader level to engage and work with Singaporeans to continuously open up new opportunities for future generations. So I hope that Singaporeans would give me this chance to contribute and to serve. I will do my best to ensure that the Singapore story remains one that's full of meaning and value for one and all. Thank you very much.
Thank you.